Alright, so welcome back to another video, but not to reaction, no. Today we're doing like a little discussion video on Babylon 5 Season 1. I can't wait for this. So basically in this video we're going to be going over the plot, the characters, each individual episode and me like ranking them. I'm going to be ranking all the characters, and I'm also going to be giving like my kind of theories and like ideas of where the show's going to go next to Season 2. And yeah, like what I'm looking out for, like what I think's going to happen. And all my theories about everything, basically. Delenn, Mr. Morden, like all these different plots I'm going to be discussing. And yeah, I can't wait for this. It should be a really great video. And I've also got some extras to watch as well. One of the patrons, Robert, has sent me some additional material to watch. It's like some extras, like an intro from JMS. And there's also like a behind the scenes when he's filming Season 1. But there is also much more. So yeah, that's going to be like a little extra to this video. So I don't know where to properly start. I basically just filled out like a character like ranking tier. So I guess we could start there, and then I'll discuss the episodes afterwards. So yeah, if I just quickly get up the thing that I just did. Alright, so I've got it up on the screen. I have to pull it up on, like in editing, I have to pull it up on the screen. Let me just zoom in. Alright, so here we've got all the characters in Season 1. Somebody's actually taken the time to get little cutouts of their faces, and they put it into this tier maker website. Starting with D tier, we got that couple that was in the episode with Londo, and basically it was that entire episode regarding like they wanted to marry each other, but like there was forced marriages, like set marriages, like who you're gonna marry basically. Like that tradition in the Centaurs, and in the end they of course did end up marrying, and Londo kind of like broke the rules for them, which is great to see Londo actually change his view on it. And that was the episode where he's like, my boots are too tight. Obviously, very symbolic. But yeah, that was a great episode. But yeah, I don't think that they're probably like two of the weakest characters in the show. Although what they stood for was really great. Although, yeah, they were just standalone characters, weren't they? So next we have, I can't even think who that guy is, to be honest. I really can't. Yeah, I don't know who he is. I honestly, I have no clue who that guy is. So I'm just going to skip. I can't think what he was in. Maybe the riot episode, like the strike episode. I can't remember. But next we've got her. I think she is the woman with Jeff. I don't know, but I think she's only been in a few episodes, and she's very like minimal. Like she's not in much of it, so of course she's very low. Next we've got this alien guy. This alien guy, he's been in since like the start, since Soul Hunter. And you also see the Soul Hunter is on D tier as well. But yeah, he's so mysterious. Like, we literally know nothing about him. He has everything and anything. And yeah, people just go to barter with him and get whatever they want, basically. But yeah, I mean, he's just a D character. Like, there's no development. He doesn't even speak English, so you can't really develop him. I feel like this next one's to be very controversial. A lot of people loved the actor who plays this guy, because he played... Oh, God, everyone's going to kill me for this. But he played a character in the original Star Trek. And of course, everyone loves him because of that. But I didn't even know who he was. So in that episode, I was getting so pissed off of him because he's such an annoying character. I mean, maybe he should be a little bit higher because he was a great villain. I think yeah, people are going to be angry with me over that. But I don't care. That guy was a great guy. Great character. Even if it was a standalone episode. It was a great episode. I really, really loved it. But yeah, next we got the Soul Hunter, who's like, is the second Soul Hunter, basically. That was a guy who was just like, yeah, okay, we don't condone what he's doing. And he needs to be stopped. So yeah, again, a standalone character, not much to say really. Next we got her, Deathwalker it was. I guess she could be a bit higher because that episode was really great. And the actual like plot in that episode was really great. The character, what she stood for, like a tyrant who's basically, her civilization is dead. She has the secret to immortality. And basically it involves taking a life so you can live longer. So I guess that, yeah, she was a great character, but she's still a C/D tier character. Next we have the Soul Hunter again. Not very good character. I mean, it was interesting to watch. Really enjoyed the episode actually, although it was one of the weakest ones definitely. But yeah, overall, like, just a D tier character. Next we have oh, I'm trying to think who that is. Oh man, was it just? I think it was just a random Centauri woman, right? Maybe. I can't remember, but I remember seeing her somewhere. But yeah, again, it's a C-tier character. We don't know much about her, kind of just like on the side. Next, we got Lord Koro. It's not Lord Koro. It's like Lord something. Koro, I don't know. But obviously the Centauri Lord. And yeah, this guy, I feel like we're starting to get into the more interesting characters. this guy is very interesting. Of course, he wants to restore the Great Centauri Empire. He actually wanted to take over and lead the Centauris, and he tried to enlist Londo in doing that. Of course, had that scheme with the Eye to try and get away from his own people and get kidnapped by the raiders. And of course, they crossed him. I mean, it didn't matter in the end because the shadows come out and bloody shot him. So, yeah, I guess he did serve a good purpose, basically getting killed by the shadows. So, yeah, to me, he's a C-tier character. And, yeah, although it was interesting seeing, like, the Centauri, like a proper official. Because, of course, Londo is a Centauri official, but that guy is much higher than him. And even had grandeur motives, I guess, to become the leader. Yeah, he's a decent character, but not much to say about him. Next we got, I can't remember her name, but obviously the Doctor. And that episode I thought was really great. Like, it was a very standalone episode as well. But I loved how, like, the thing it explored, like the plot it explored, it was really good. And, yeah, I thought she was just, like, a solid character, really. And, of course, the whole, like, plot with her. Basically, being a doctor all her life, she gets disbarred, she tries to help people. And she's like, taking life out of herself to give it to other people. Like, yeah, what a great character. I don't think there's much more to say about that. Next, we have Delen's old pal. I don't remember his name. Is that Kosh, by the way? I think I might put Kosh a bit too low, actually. I don't know. Have I put Kosh too low? Anyway, I'll get onto that. But this guy was the guy... I mean, the reason he's so high is because he's just such a nice guy. And he basically went down to the machine, didn't he? And he'd been down there for 500 years. So he's basically sacrificed his life for 500 years. Well, more than that, probably. Just so everyone else can remain safe. So, yeah, what a great guy. Definitely a genuine guy, to say the least. Next, we have Kosh. I don't know. Maybe I should put him a bit higher. I mean, definitely higher than... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe so. I think Kosh is actually a bit too low. But then again, we don't really see much of him, do we? Like, compared to all the other ambassadors, we don't really see him much. Like, although he's probably one of the most mysterious characters on the show, excluding Mr. Morden now, Kosh still is very, like, minimal. We don't see a lot of him, do we? Like, when he's on screen, he's very interesting. We've only got, like, one episode with him, and that was with Talia, the telepath. And that guy with the brain thing. But yeah, I mean, he's a really interesting character. I feel like if we saw more of him, he could be an A tier. But we don't really see too much of him. So yeah, I feel like he has to be that kind of low compared to like the other characters. Although, thinking about my list, man, I've got so many like characters who are so high for no reason. Like the boxer guy, I just really like him, so I put him there. And we got that Minbari warrior, and I thought he was a great character. And we've also got that oh, what's his name? Zagref? I don't know. It's something like that. It's Zag something. Or Zaref or something. The guy we saw in Babylon Square. Just a really, really interesting character. That's why it's in B tier. He's literally only been in an episode for like 20 minutes, yet he's B tier. So, yeah, I think maybe I have, but I don't know. I'll get onto that. But C tier, we've got... oh, what is his name? The guy looking for the Holy Grail. That was such a funny way to put it as well. But yeah, that guy, really enjoyed him. He's like a very wise character, very interesting character. Really loved that episode. I thought it was a really great standalone episode. And also learn about the Babylon Curse with that Thomas guy. And overall, the whole result of the episode was great. Next, we got into the B tier. We're starting to get good. We've got this Zagref guy. Oh my god, this guy's interesting. So, I've got a few comments from my patrons telling me that the timeline he was talking about, like 4,000, isn't a human timeline. Like, we don't know where this guy's from or when he's from, basically. But it's safe to say it's a long time away, and yeah, it's far away as well, wherever he's from. So, an interesting character, like, what the hell is up with him, the chosen one, Jeff Sinclair from the future? Like, what's going on there? And of course, he just teleported onto Babylon 4. He said that he's going back to stop a war. So, yeah, overall, so much mystery regarding that guy, and yeah, he really has a lot of importance going forward. So that's why he's so high. And I feel like there's definitely more to him. Like that. I mean, maybe it's Jeff Sinclair. Who knows, man? Jeff Sinclair in 1,000 years. He's deformed into this being, and he's just teleported to Babylon 4. And he's been reduced down to whatever the hell that is. I don't know. But yeah, really interesting character. And I really, really want to know the connection between this guy and Jeff Sinclair from the future, the chosen one. Jeff with a scar down his face. Like, what is that all about? And why did he say, like, not the one, not the one? Like, why does he know? Like, who's the one? Why is Jeff the chosen one? Like, what's going on there? And why is this alien species so interested in Jeff Sinclair from the future? Like, what's going on? Alright, next we have Lanier. I just love this guy, man. This guy is such a great guy. Like, he's just such a fun character. I love the episode with him and Garibaldi, their motorcycle. That was brilliant. That definitely made Lanier shine bright in this guy. That really made Lanier like such a great character and really showcased like how amazing he is. And of course the episode with him and Londo was equally as brilliant. And yeah, Lanier's a bloody badass. He just got up and started doing wow. Started doing karate on everybody, like destroying everybody. So yeah, don't mess with the Minbaris. Don't mess with Lanier. He might look like a small man, but no, he beat the shit out of you. Great character, and yeah, the only Minbari that is better than him is Delenn. So yeah, on to the next guy. I don't think this guy should be this high. Maybe it should be C tier, actually. Yeah, if I was to redo this, I'd put him in C tier. This Minbari warrior, I don't know why he's so high. But yeah, I just remember he's a really great character. Really enjoyed the dynamic between him and Jeff, and the whole episode with the leader like dying and coming to Babylon 5. I thought he was a great character. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say about that guy. Next, we have the boxer. I don't know, man. I don't think he should be that high, but I just love that episode, TKO. Such a great episode of him and Garibaldi. I just loved it so much, with Ivanovo as well. Like, everything about the episode was brilliant. I loved it so much, and it was such a fun episode. Although the episode is so poorly rated and everybody seems to hate it, I just loved it. Like, it has nothing to do with the main plot, but it's such a fun, such a, like, a light-hearted episode, and it was just great to watch. So yeah, that guy's B tier for me, because he made Garibaldi stand out more as well, so I just loved that episode. Next, we have Talia Winters. Yeah, not much to say about her, really. She's always a solid character when she's on screen. She's got a lot of stuff going on for her. She has been in quite a lot of episodes. She's been in quite a lot of plots as well. Most notably, the one with the serial killer. That was a great episode for her. Really showcasing like her character, what she's made of. Overall, she's just a really like solid, well-rounded character, and I really do like her. She makes like a great addition to the show, and her dynamic between Ivanovo is really great as well. Apart from that, not much else to really say. So yeah, now we're going to the A tier. I'm looking forward to this, man. So next we got a character who's going to surprise most of you. I can't for the love of me think of this guy's name, but I know it's season 1 episode 6 titled Mind War, and that episode again with Talia as well was such a phenomenal episode, man. Like, up until episode 13, that was by far my favourite episode. Like, this episode, well, episode 6 of season 1 was phenomenal. Like, it was incredible. It really made me realise, like, what Babylon 5 is made of, like, how good the show could be. And that's what made me watch more and more. Like, honestly, I feel like if episode 6 wasn't in season 1, and let's say it was only episode 13, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed the show as much. Like, this was the episode that really made me start to, like, realise that Babylon 5 is a really special show. I loved the episode overall. Like, the whole plot with the guy down there, the guy, Bester, that's his name, Bester. Yeah, the whole plot with him, the Cyclops, P12, Talia and that guy together, like the revelations about Cyclops, like how evil they are, and Jeff, like just everything about that episode was brilliant, and that guy literally transcending, like that guy's acting was some of the best in the entire show, and that is why he's still hated, despite him only being in 1 episode, and that was episode 6. But yeah, great episode, great character. And yeah, just really love that guy overall. Next, I'm going to have to ask you a question, and that is, what do you want? That is what Mr. Morden has been nagging everybody about. So yeah, this guy, oh my god. This guy is such an interesting character, especially after the final. Like, I think he's probably the most interesting character on the show. Like, Mr. Morden, what is up with that name as well? That's such a random name. I think that does actually have meaning as well, Morden. I can't think what that means. Maybe I should actually search it up. Wait, oh, I don't have my phone on me. Oh, you know what, I'll just quickly search it. So I think that means something, you know, Morden. I could have sworn that means something like symbolic. Morden. I don't think it's talking about the town in London, to be honest. Okay, thank you. Morden is a valid English word. Don't tell me what it is, though. Thanks. Ah! That's interesting. Morden means to murder. I thought it meant something. Morden means to murder. Now that is interesting. Mr. Morden. Mr. Murder, basically. Mr. to murder. Wow. Wow, that is interesting. What could that mean? To murder. I mean, we've already seen he's murdered 10,000 Narns, but yeah, to murder, that means a lot, doesn't it, actually? That's definitely not there for no reason. Maybe that means to murder the races, like the Minbari, well, not the Minbaris, it would be the Narns or the Centaurs. Like, what's going on there? That's actually really interesting now. It's opened up a lot of like ideas, like thinking about Mr. Morden, like to murder. He wants to maybe control the other races. I look back as well because I edited season 1 episode 13 Science Importance, and I picked up on something as well. When Kosh and Mr. Morden were speaking, basically Kosh said like they are not for you. So what is going on there? Like they are not for you, as in like the Centauris, the humans, the Minbaris. They are not for you. They are for me. So that's just made me realise that, of course, Kosh, even since episode 13, he is aware of this civilization. He is aware of this species. And he says, they're not for you, mate. Like, go away. We don't want you here. So, of course, he knows the destruction that Mr. Morden and that species can bring. So, yeah, there's so much to unpack there. But this guy is so interesting. His grand plan. Like, what do you want now? Like, that seemed like such a funny thing. But what do you want? He's going to use what you want, like the thing they all want, to exploit him and to murder Mr. Morden. That literally means to murder. So he's going to get all, like, the ideas, all the ambitions of all the races and exploit that. Like, he asked the Centauris, he asked the Narns, he asked... I mean, he tried to ask Kosh, didn't he? But Kosh said they're not for you, so didn't really do anything. But that seems so innocent, but now they're going to use that to exploit everybody. Like, they are so much more powerful than any other species, and they're asking to know, like, what people want, like, what species want, so they can exploit that and gain more power. But Mr. Morden, I can't wait to see more about him. He's going to be so interesting, man. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more about him going to season 2. Next, we got Ivanova. Yeah, what can I say, man? Just such a great character. Like, I was going to say, like, she's the best female character in the show, but it's not really much, actually, is there? There's Talia, but that's about it. Like, who else is there, really? Talia, Ivanova, like, it's not much, really. I guess we got that woman down there, but of course, she is by far the best female character. But yeah, she's just amazing, really. What isn't there about Ivanova? She's witty. She really complements Babylon 5. And yeah, she just adds an element to the show, which is great. And of course, her backstory is so tragic, but so beautiful at the same time. Like with her father, with her mother, the Cyclops. Like, there's so much to her. She's such a complex character. And of course, the thing with her being Russian is also great. Overall, though, she's just a brilliant character. There's so much depth to her. She's one of the most, like, fleshed out characters in this entire show. She's so, like, realistic as well, the way she acts. We have had some great episodes with her. Especially TKO as well. That episode with her, like, that was great. Learning more about her and Jewish tradition, like, everything about that episode was great. Just a really solid character. And she has some of the best one-liners on this entire show. Like, that is a fact. Like, she is great at one-liners, at being witty. Like, oh my god. Honestly, I just love her. She's a great character. Oh, I'm such a dumbass. Delen's a female as well. What am I talking about? I was saying, oh, there's no female characters. Delen, but yeah, Ivanova is a great character. But next we got Delen. Oh my god, Delen is such a great character, man. Like I think I actually said I hated her in another episode. Like, I was like, oh, Delen, I hate you. This is because she's so, like, she doesn't explain anything. She's so mysterious. But yeah, overall, she's one of the best characters. Like, she's so good. So much mystery. I love the Minbaris as well. The Minbaris are so complex, so much to him. And there's all the mystery about Jeff. Like, why is he appointed? Why did the Minbaris appoint him? And of course, the war between the Minbaris and the humans. Like, they took Jeff onto the ship. And of course, at the end of season 1, the final, they actually discussed that. And yeah, Jeff said, well, I do know. And Delen says, well, you actually know, do you? And yeah, of course, her transformation to a cocoon. But I'll leave that all for the discussion that I'll do later. I think this already has been, like, yeah, 33 minutes. Jesus Christ, I've been talking non-stop for 33 minutes. The mystery about Delen, the Grey Council, the Minbaris is brilliant. I love it so much. One of the best plots in this entire show. And, of course, going to season 2, it's massive because, yeah, Chrysalis, like, she's in a cocoon. What's going to emerge? So there's so much mystery to that. Franklin is way too high on this list compared to the other characters. Maybe he should be like very low A tier or high B tier, but no way is he better than Delen or Ivanova, or even Mr. Morden. So yeah, he needs to go down a bit. But I just like him overall. He's a solid character. Really loved him in episode, was it Survivors? Although that's a very controversial episode. I agreed with his reasoning, although I did get, I guess, controversial in that episode. But I don't know, I just really liked the way he handles himself, the way he acts. And of course with that woman down there, the doctor woman. That was a really great episode between him and her daughter. Overall, it's a solid episode. Really love his enthusiasm to do the right thing. He's like the moral compass of the show in some sort of way. Well, he's a moral character, that's for sure. But yeah, next we have the man, the legend, the myth, Garibaldi. I love this guy. He should be an S tier, actually. Fuck off. He should be an S tier. He's a bloody wonderful character, man. I think I would put him in S tier if I was to change this, because Yeah, Garibaldi is such a brilliant character. I love him to bits, man. His backstory, alcoholic, Mars, everything about him is great. Like, him and Jeff's relationship, him and, just overall, like, he's such a funny character as well. Like, him and Londo, like, him and Jakar. I love all the interactions between Garibaldi and Londo. Like, Garibaldi! Like, that is one of the best parts of this entire show. Like, Londo and Garibaldi's relationship is honestly one of the best parts of this entire show. Like, it's so, so good, man. And, yeah, Garibaldi better not be dead. I swear to God, he was shot last episode, wasn't he? And he's still in a coma. And the doctor said it's a 50-50 chance. So, I swear to God, Garibaldi better live. If he doesn't live, I'm going to be so angry, man. I swear to God, he better live. He's such an amazing character, man. And we can't be losing him this early on. There's so much more for him to develop, basically. And, of course, we've seen that vision with Jeff. Garibaldi heroically sacrificed himself, it seemed. So, if that vision is to come true, that means Garibaldi can't die. So, I guess we'll see. But yeah, what a great episode. What a great character, man. I love Garibaldi, man. He's so, so good. Next, we have Jakar. So, yeah, we all knew, really, that Jakar, Londo, like, they was going to be an S tier. They are the two best characters on this entire show. Like, they're just amazing. Although, I don't know what's happening now with Jakar. Because Jakar said he's going off, right? So, is he not going to be on Babylon 5 anymore? Like, that's going to be a massive change to the show. But then again, everything's changing. Like, Garibaldi is in a coma. Delen's undergoing this transformation. Like, there's so much going on. We've got a new species emerging. So, I guess everything's going to be changed in Season 2. I definitely feel like that's the case. But, yeah, what can I say about Jakar? Best outfit on the show. Best, like, costume design. He's a brilliant character. Just really love him, to be honest. Like, it's just amazing. His arguments with Londo, his entire relationship with Londo is the best in the show by a mile. Although I guess you could say Garibaldi and Londo is quite close, but just the humour between those two is honestly the best part of the show. So, they're kind of like a package deal, although Londo is much better than Jakar. Like, I just love Londo. Like, he's a much more funnier character than Jakar. Yeah, going on to Londo, Londo is my second favourite character. The thing is, I don't know if Jeff is actually my favourite character, but he's just been there since the start, like, such a solid character. In terms of who my favourite character is, I'd have to say Londo at the minute. Like, he's such an amazing character. And even though, like, last episode we had that thing with the 10,000 nuns dying, of course, he basically authorized it, but still, Mr. Morden, like, he tricked him. So, to murder, he murdered the nuns, not Londo, although that was Londo's ambitions to become the Great Centauri Empire again, but not to kill innocent civilians. So, Londo is going to have to part ways with Mr. Morden, but I don't think that's even possible now, considering, like, how powerful they are. And, yeah, Mr. Morden said, like, when we need something, we're calling on you, Londo. And, yeah, all we want is for you to help us, basically. So what's going on there? And Mr. Morden said, like, yeah, when the time is right, Londo will be ours. Like, we'll be able to do whatever we want, basically. And get whatever we want. So, yeah, it's kind of such a painful position Londo's in. But overall, he's my favourite character in the show. He's such a funny character. He's made me laugh the most in this entire show. Him and Veer, oh my god, so funny. Him and Garibaldi, brilliant. Londo is an incredible character, and I think he's definitely the best in the show, so far at least. Next, we have Jeff Sinclair. I don't think he's my favourite, but he's just, like, overall, he's the most solid character ever, isn't he? Like, he's the best boss, the best friend, like, the most caring individual, the most loyal, like, oh, man. What can't I say about Jeff? He's just the best, like, in every single episode, he does the best thing possible. Like, he resolves the strikes. He's there for Garibaldi. He's there for Delen. He's there for everybody. Like, anybody, if anybody needs anything, go to Jeff. He'll help you out. Like, I don't think Jeff has a single, like, speck of evil in his entire body. Like, he's such a brilliant guy. And that's why he's at the top. Like, he's the most genuine, most authentic, best leader ever, best friend ever, best boss ever, like, everything. Jeff is, like, the best person ever, so of course he's going to be S tier for me, and at the very top of the list. But yeah, that is all the character rankings. Let me know in the comments what you think about my ranking, if you put any higher, any lower, and maybe get a bit angry over me on the B tier, because I know that's a bit controversial, but yeah, I don't know, just let me know what you thought in the comments, and obviously on Patreon and YouTube, I think this will both be uploaded. So yeah, just let me know what you think. Your ideas on what characters should be higher, lower, etc. Now I'm going to take a little break, and then I will go on to discussing the episodes and yeah, discussing my theories. So yeah, I'll be back in a bit. Alright, so now